Russia is in favour of extending OPEC plus outputs cuts, but Iraqi's oil minister, well, he's saying not so fast. He spoke with Bloomberg's Anne-Marie Horden in an exclusive interview a little earlier.
All over to the end of the year, yes, I am supportive of that, but I would not say it's a foregone conclusion. It's not yet definite. Plus, there are other ideas. A cut of 1.2 may not solve the issues, may not really deal rightly with the glut.
Remember, it's OPEC on Monday, OPEC Plus on Tuesday. Let's bring in Larry Shover, CIO of Efficient Advisors. He joins us now from the CME. Larry, how important is the OPEC meeting going to be in terms of setting the tone for oil going forward? We've seen a bit of consolidation. What now?
Yeah, very fascinating that we have seen consolidation. I do think the meeting is very important, and it's ironic, but it's kind of like been brushed aside given the focus on the G20. That said, there's been some stability in the price, but make no mistake about it, on the short term, there's definitely going to be some volatility from this meeting.
You bring up the G20. What's the setup for treasuries going into that, and what do you expect? What are we going to be looking at when it comes to Fed fund futures come Monday morning?
Yeah, it's fascinating because there's this logic that, people want to fade any positive overture that comes out of this G20, assuming that we will see positive overture. And that said, a lot of people think the Treasury market is completely overbought right now and think, the 10 should be trading 220, 225. They very well could if we get a really good outcome from the G20. But when you think of the share of the global debt in negative territory, when you think of the economic realities going on in Europe, et cetera, I think I would fade that move if we do get an extremely good outcome.
Larry, let me just ask you a quick question. What do you make of the gold market right now? Got an IB from a viewer coming in. What do you make of gold, and what do you make of the gold-silver ratio? Like, silver looks cheap. Is that something you got a thought on?
I look at it, and I always look at it in hindsight. I would admit that academically and historically, silver is cheap relative to gold. But that's with history, that's with hindsight, and correlations break down in extreme markets. So that's why I don't put a lot of weight on it. But that said, gold has been a recipient of a safe haven trade up until May, maybe April. U.S. government bonds were a safe haven trade. It was kind of the wrong kind of crisis for gold. And now with the Fed, or at least the inference that the Fed is going to be dovish, continue to be dovish, global growth kind of faltering down still, it's been perfect for gold. So I can see it continuing to rally.
It's been amazing. Gold-silver cross rocketing from 78 to 92 in the last couple of weeks. It's really gone higher. Larry, great to talk with you. Thank you very much indeed. Larry Shover, have a good weekend. Joining us from Efficient Advisors from the CME.